Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Monster Energy Supercross 4, right here again, once more in Salt Lake City for the 250's career mode, round 7 of 9. So here we are on the grid, awaiting for the grids to drop any moment now, and they've dropped. Brilliant start from Grant. He has been perfect all season long at timing that just to perfection, and once again, we've done it here today. Now, the track here in question, the Salt Lake City, of course, this is a different variant to the one we have been using recently, but this one really caught me off guard. I tend to really struggle on it. There's a lot of more gentle sections and doubles and triple jumps, and I couldn't really find the rhythm. So in the heat session and in qualifying, big struggle for me, really struggled, couldn't seem to get the right rhythm going. I could make maybe 1 or 2 decent laps, then the rest would be pretty bad. Now, we barely survived in last chance qualifying. I do believe we were about 2nd or 3rd and just made it in to the actual main event. But worrying times for the former championship leader. Of course, we are no longer holding on to the red plate. Joe Shimoda has now taken over as we relinquish that in the last round in another Salt Lake City variant. But coming across the line now, not too bad. We managed to start pretty well, get a 1.5 second advantage ahead of Kyle Peters and Chase Sexton, with Joe Shimoda not too far behind. Now, we're going to have to keep going into these sort of rhythm sections, and we have to stay focused. The difference between these ones is not full acceleration, it's not that much lean angle, it's a lot of doubles and triples, as I mentioned earlier, but you can get some sort of triples in there, but I have been going for the double lines, just as we make a mistake going into the right-hander. Goodness me, this is exactly what happened in the heat session. We started well, we got the perfect start, everything was looking fine and dandy, and then what do you know, a mistake has occurred and we have gone down. Disappointed, absolutely massively disappointed to be losing the lead over to Kyle Peters and Joe Shimoda. The last person I want ahead of me at any point in this session is Joe Shimoda. That Honda man is lethal round here. He was so quick in the heat session, they had me considering whether I could have beat him, but goodness me, we dive up at the inside of Shimoda. Goodness me, he fought back really well, as he will go into the left-hander for the first turn, and then around the outside if we need to, but we didn't actually need it there. But I've been going for a different line into that part, but I can't seem to get this first bit right. I lose too much time there. We can get these sections right, not too bad. You go for the one, you go for the double, and then go for another double to try and land it at the decline of this little bit of a jump, and there you go into the right-hander. I push really back on the analog stick and make this jump, and it looks like we've just messed it up a little bit. And if you mess the landing up, you're going to find it very difficult to then try and maintain some speed to then to jump into the next couple of corners. The course, as I've mentioned so many times before, and I'll continue to mention it, the flow is absolutely crucial when racing in these main events, even for qualifying, for any time trials, anything you're trying to do, you have to be so good when it comes down to the flow, to the nitty-gritty of the part. And you know the flow, you know how it feels good to do, it feels natural, it feels like you're picking up speed. When you're going full acceleration and you're just chucking the bike everywhere, you don't have that same sense of feeling, the same sense of urgency, as we'll probably begin to make more mistakes as the pressure is mounted on us. So speaking of mistakes, we kind of messed that one up as well. A little bit of an error on Grant's part as he lets RJ Hampshire through. Joe Shimoda is still behind us, which is not too bad as long as we finish, as we completely mess that corner. Oh, getting into the sandbags. Oh, goodness me. Just barely survived, but we have then messed the next line up. That's the flow we just spoke about just a moment ago. As you can see, Ed has had a really adverse effect on us right now. We have dropped down to 6th place. This is the trouble I had all weekend trying this track. Now, I tried this many times in the qualifying, in the heat sessions, and I just couldn't maintain any sort of pace. So we now have Swole ahead of us, Bailey's ahead of us, as we now go for the little tight jump here, go for the big jump here to try and make sure you get into the decline to pick up some extra speed on the left-hand side, then a big jump again. We might be able to get past the Husqvarna and the other Honda, but it's so tough. I must confess, this is the most difficult situation I've been in Monster Energy Supercross. Now, we did struggle with Oakland in the 250 rookie stages of the career mode, but this time this one's in Salt Lake City as Chase Sexton dives up on the inside, the world champion. I'm not sure if he's going to be the world champion this season, but my goodness, he is already through and he is charging. We could very well fight back, but I don't think that's a good idea considering how close the riders ahead of us are. And I don't know if something happened to Joe Shimoda. I might have just missed this, but he may have gone down as we got ahead of Chase Sexton and Bailey. We are getting closer and closer to Joe Shimoda, and you know what? I'm feeling that perturbed by the aggressive AI in the heat session. I'm going to give it... Oh, and I just knocked him off. Oh, my goodness, I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to shake him up a little bit. Just... Oh, my goodness. I didn't mean to actually knock him off. But in the heat session and the last chance qualifying, I was getting so annoyed with the aggressive AI, because sometimes they're aggressive for absolutely no reason, where sometimes I was trying to make a corner and they were pushing me mid-corner. It was just so irritating. So unfortunately, Joe Shimoda just felt my wrath. I didn't mean to actually knock him over. I just wanted to sort of rough him up a little bit, just to show him that Grant isn't scared of you, my friend. But oh, we made a massive mistake, and we've got... Oh, why? Why did the 5-second timer automatically just change as someone went down? Was that Joe Shimoda again? Goodness me. I wanted to get back onto the track there. I had 5 seconds to do so as we bump into McElrath there and Colt Nichols. We are down to 16th place with Joe Shimoda to the right of us as we get right onto the right-hand side of Shimoda, or his left-hand side, apologies, as we get really close. Look around the outside of 3 riders there. Can we get up at the inside of McElrath? You betcha we can. That was an aggressive move, but thankfully we didn't bump him like we did Joe Shimoda just the lap prior. I tell you what, this is not looking good for our championship charge at all. 14th place at most will get us 9 points. But I don't even remember who's in the lead. I think Chase Sexton's right up there now, and that's great for his championship charge, but it really isn't for us, because Chase Sexton is really, really good. We've been battling him all season. He's the last person I want to end up beating me. Same as Joe Shimoda, another Honda rider. We want to try and do the business for Honda. We want to be the man on the mission. But unfortunately, right now, they are making it extremely difficult for us as we'll try and pursue Shane McElrath. Now, Colt Nichols is right behind us by about 0.5 of a second, but I did make a little bit of a mistake as he bumps me. There he is. He's already through. The Monster Energy Yamaha man straight through, but we fight back immediately onto the tabletop section. You know that's where we're really strong, and with 3 minutes of this main event remaining, we still need to do something special. At least 15th, 14th place, I guess you could say, 9, 8 points, something like that. It's not the end of the world. But with Kyle Peters leading, he's not really a championship challenger. RJ Hampshire is, and Swall is somewhat close, but not close enough. And then Chase Sexton, he is still playing a bit of catch-up right now. But as long as Joe Shimoda is not earning extra points, I guess we can remain in second place for the World Championship. I guess things aren't that bleak. Well, though, it isn't looking too grand, but we'll just continue to push forward, do what we do best, laugh into the face of adversity and keep on pushing. We probably will get a little bit closer to the guys ahead, because I do feel like I've gained a little bit of rhythm now. Still struggling, but not too far back from where we were, considering where I was in the heat session. So I think roughly we're sort of somewhere in the roughly the similar sort of pace. I don't feel like I've improved too much. I do feel like some of the lines have done well, but it's the consistency I'm struggling with in this particular track. This variant of Salt Lake City has really got my number. I can't seem to get the consistency correct, so it's going to be a difficult one. Damage limitations for the former red plate leader. Well, who knows? We might have the red plate once again, but for the time being, it's still the former. Now, going over these couple of sections here, I didn't find too much trouble, and then all of a sudden I started struggling and I just couldn't get it at all. However, we have managed to close down the Kawasaki ahead and a couple of riders just a little bit further beyond. As long as we can get some sort of rhythm going and we can hold on to 14th, I guess it's going to be somewhat damage limitations. We can't be too frustrated. But I don't think we are going to be in a good position for the championship when all things are said and done at the end of this main event. And look how we had some sort of rhythm going and completely messed it up once again. So we're on the back foot once again, but we just nailed the tabletop section. That has been our bread and butter all season. We are so good when it comes to the tabletop section. If the entire main event was built of tabletop sections, you better believe we'd be winning every single main event possible. Now, bear in mind, we have only won one main event this season. I don't think anyone this championship so far has won more than one main event. It has been absolutely brilliant in the sense of sort of competitiveness and unpredictability. Unfortunately for us, we would like me to win a little bit more often, but it's still extremely interesting and extremely entertaining for us all, knowing that just isn't going to be one person winning all the time, as we lost another position to Colt Nichols, and then even Thurman got ahead of us briefly. He's another main event winner this season, same as Colt Nichols, I do believe, as he dives back up at the inside of me. So Thurman has just pinched my 15th position, or 16th rather, and Colt Nichols is currently in 15th. We now go into the tabletop section. Look how much speed we managed to develop going into that particular section as we're trying to dive up on the inside of Nichols. Brilliantly done, but Nichols is still there on the right hand side. We'll try and go round the outside into the final corner, and then a little bit of a jump and a big leap over into turn 1. Getting better, I would think, but it's still very, very difficult. I do need to improve on this game quite a lot. Thankfully, after this particular video, I spent a lot of time playing MXGP and Monster Energy Supercross just to get the rhythm back again. And I tell you what, sticking to Monster Energy Supercross and then playing MXGP, it is different. It is rather different indeed. I'm probably a little bit better on MXGP, but I do really love Monster Energy Supercross. I really do. And I don't even mind to be not winning every single main event. But that is a fantastic jump there. Really pleased with that jump there. We managed to get away from Thurman, but unfortunately, we messed up the rest of the section. So now, oh, Martin has gone down ahead of us. We have a chance now to pinch 14th place. Into the tabletop section we go. A little bit of a jump ahead of the rider. Not quite. Van Martin's still there. Oh, we push him wide into the left-hander there. Van Martin has been dethroned for 14th place. It isn't anything to be really too pleased about battling for 14th. But at the same time, I guess we mentioned many times in this one, damage limitations, just take some points. Finish at least somewhere decent, as Joe Shimoda's had a horrid main event so far. He's down into 21st place. I don't even think he's going to get any points being down that far. But never mind. Oh my goodness, the contact made there between Van Martin and Grant. He really pushed me into that corner as we'll try and dive up into the inside of the number 421. 461 versus 421. I have the higher ground in the numbers, so we'll see how that pans out. See if that is to my advantage or not. Couple of mistakes in those couple of jumps a moment ago, but we're doing a bit better now. We're managing to hold him off. No chance of us chasing down the Kawasaki or any of the riders ahead of us, so I guess 14th place is the best where we're going to actually take right now. But we do look like we have beaten Van Martin, Thurman and Colt Nichols behind, and I think Surfos was there as well. Shane McElrath and Lorenzo Laruccio has then taken the checkered flag, and we are to do it next in 14th place. So guys, Kyle Peters wins with RJ Hampshire and Chase Sexton taking 3rd place on the podium. Difficult result for Grant and the Honda's team in general. However, Kyle Peters and Chase Sexton finishing ahead of us, and both Joe Shimoda as well, is big for the World Championships. Only 2 points was earned by Joe Shimoda. So now the important part, the red plate needs to be taken off Joe Shimoda's Honda and goes on to the Husqvarna of RJ Hampshire. Chase Sexton right there in 2nd place, just 3 points behind the Husqvarna, and of course Matt Grant in 3rd place now after being demoted another position for finishing only in 14th. But look at the impact that has happened to Joe Shimoda for finishing so far down. He has lost 4 spots in the championship hunt and is now trailing behind by 10 points. But what an interesting championship. 5 men within 10 points, and even chuck in John Short, Garrett Marchbanks, Jordan Bailey and Colt Nichols still for an opportunity to win with this amount of rounds remaining. So guys, as always, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment and subscribe if you did. Hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single DrAce upload. And upon that note guys, thanks for watching, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.